Welcome back. Why have you not subscribed? I think it's disgusting, to be honest, quite frankly, that you have not subscribed, even though I've asked you 20,000 times. Was that an overreaction? Absolutely. It was good practice for you, because today we're going to be deciding if people are overreacting. We're going right in for the kill today with, am I overreacting to force my boyfriend to go to the doctors? Now, one thing I know about men is they all seem to have an aversion to going to the doctors. I don't know what it is, but I can guarantee you, every single one of you watching, your dad is probably the last person you would ever expect to be showing up at the doctors. I don't know about you, but my dad would have to be on death's door to go to the goddamn doctors. For the last 2 months, my VF, assuming that's boyfriend, has had bathroom issues, which is causing a lot of pain. We haven't been able to do anything because of this issue. It's like bed rest, lol. So when she says anything, does she actually mean anything, or does she mean like anything because it's a PP issue? Is it a PP issue? Is that where he's having issues? Every day he complains about the pain or tries to give himself a diagnosis. That's a standard man thing to do. Don't go to the doctors, just go to Reddit. I'm becoming highly frustrated that he won't get checked out. He always says tomorrow or I don't want to go because it's your day off. Mind you, I don't care. I have nothing planned. I'll sit with him all day. I got frustrated today because we attempted to go out, but he got out of the shower saying his butt hurt and should we go? So he's having bumhole issues? Is this why he doesn't go to the doctors? Because he's embarrassed because it's in his bumhole? I mean, I would be embarrassed to go to the doctors for my bumhole too, but bumhole is a very important part of the anatomy. I don't know if YouTube's going to allow me to say bumhole this many times, but bumhole very important to the function of the human body. If my guy isn't expelling any waste, then he's going to be full of shit, literally. Mind you, I put my makeup and stuff on to go out for lunch, so I was a little caught off guard and did say, well, I wish you would have told me we were going to the hospital before. I don't care to go, but it's annoying. Wait, is she annoyed that he is going to the doctors? Now it sounds like she's annoyed that he wants to go to the hospital when bro has been having bumhole issues for 2 months. My mood is blown. I don't want to be around him until he gets checked out. Am I wrong? I'm confused here because she says she's forcing her boyfriend to go to the doctors, but then she says, I wish you would have told me you were going to the hospital before. So it's like she wants him to go to the doctors, but she wants him to go to the doctors on her schedule, not when he's finally ready to go. Like, she had plans. So although I've been nagging you to go to the doctors for months, you can't go right now. That's not okay. I haven't budgeted in my plans for you to go today. You need to give me 2 months warning. But also, my bro, if you have been having bumhole issues for 2 months, then you should probably go to the hospital. Am I overreacting? Boyfriend listened to a podcast during sex. Did she not realize he put the podcast on beforehand? Was he listening to it and then she thought he turned it off? Or was he halfway through and he's like, just give me a sec. That's better. Keep going, love. How do you not notice he's listening to a podcast? Has he got it playing over the speakers and you thought it was romantic music? Maybe he's listening to a sex TED talk. He's listening to the instruction and then going through the motions. Me, 30 female, and my boyfriend, 35 male, were having a romp in the sack. That's such a boomer way to put things. He was on top of me and suddenly starts looking for something on the sheets next to him. I giggle and ask, what are you doing? Thinking that he's trying to find my glasses and move them to a more safe space. Where's my earpiece? He says. After a few confusing seconds, he finds it and puts it back into his ear. In my confusion, but still horniness, I say, what are you listening to? With a smile and seductive voice. As I was still in a playful mood and hadn't fully computed what was going on, his response is, I'm listening to a podcast. My brain now caught up with the event. Man, even though I completely lost my mood, I let him finish, although he did have to grab the lube because I was not kidding about drying up. Afterwards, he was like, that was kind of awkward, and I responded with, yeah, I blame the podcast. He strongly questioned this, arguing that how is that different from having sex when playing PlayStation? What is this man doing? What are these people doing in the bedroom that they're playing PlayStation? I'm very confused. That's very different from me though. Playing games is something we do together, but him listening to some guy talking about phycology actually, in his ear is just not an experience I'm participating in. I become sort of left out. I also feel like, is being here and now with me somehow not enough / fulfilling? I mean, if he's playing games and things as well, then I don't know what to tell you, love. Can he even focus on a podcast during sex? It feels infuriating to me. What I thought was a cozy, intimate moment between him and I turned into something weird. Am I overreacting for thinking it's weird as fuck that he would want to listen to a podcast when making sweet, sweet love to his woman? Or am I the weird one and overreacting for getting a nick about this? Edit. I see many are curious which podcast it was. I don't know why I didn't ask about it. I assumed his favorite one, which is either about psychology or philosophy. I'll ask him in the morning. It's 2 a.m. here now, and I'll make another edit saying the name as soon as I find out. Okay, so this was posted 6 hours ago, so I guess we don't get to find out what podcast he was listening to. But I feel like regardless of what podcast he was listening to, it's not really okay, is it? I mean, if you discussed it beforehand and she was fine with it, then maybe it'd be okay. I don't know why anyone would want to do that, but sure, you go for it. But this is like pure brain rot culture, in my opinion. Like, I don't know about you, but I can't do anything without doing like 3 things at the same time. If I'm watching TV, I'm also playing on my phone or reading or doing something as well to distract me, because you can't possibly just do one thing at a time. You always need stimulus. It's like even if you clean your house or you're doing some kind of mundane activity, you always got to have some background noise on. I'm not condoning what he's doing, but I think bro needs to look at himself and take a step back and maybe say, maybe I don't always need something going in the ears as well as, it's like, maybe I can see the temptation, but also you shouldn't do that. Like, that's going to make your partner feel really bad. So yeah, just don't do that. Again, I'd understand if it was music or something, but like a psychology or philosophy podcast is like, are you really being able to contemplate on the profound things that they're saying when you're otherwise engaged? Exactly what I was trying to say. iPad kids are evolving into their final form. Couldn't have put it better. It really is just that iPad kid mentality. Sex while they play PlayStation? Dear God. Yeah, that to me was even weirder than the podcast, because like the podcast is just in your ear. You don't have to do anything. You can tune it out, whatever. The PlayStation for me is even weirder because you need to have to like actively watch what you're playing and do your thing. So you're like, well, yeah. That's even weirder to me. How does that work? Am I overreacting at my sister-in-law for ruining my bridal party? I had to use my throwaway because quite a few members of my family know about my Reddit account. I had my bridal shower 2 days back and my selfish sister-in-law decides that it's the best time to announce her pregnancy. What the fuck is with all these sister-in-laws announcing pregnancies at people's bridal events, engagement events, and weddings? We literally just did a video on this last week about almost the same thing, but it was at the wedding instead. Stop trying to steal people's thunder. People will be excited for you regardless. You don't need to do it at someone else's event. Or you guys piss me off. I'm already so overwhelmed with some of my in-laws meddling in our relationship decisions, events all the time, but this one was the last straw for me. I had planned my special day for such a long time. All my friends were so excited. My mother spent weeks working together with the wedding planner because she wanted certain things to be extremely personalized for me. When the day started, I was so emotional seeing the sweet gestures made by both our family members and friends, but my sister-in-law gets up in the middle of the event and ruins my entire day. When later confronted her about this, asking, why did you even do that, because it's not like you had your guests at my party, and she said, yeah, true, but my family was there, so I can't see how it's inappropriate. Because it wasn't about you. Are these people genuinely so self-absorbed that they can't actually see how they couldn't be the center of attention for like one day? Also, is my camera trying to focus on my cat in the background? He's a decoration. And like announcing your pregnancy to the family, especially if it's a first baby, will be really exciting regardless. You don't have to do it on someone else's day. I was like, seriously, you don't see how it was wrong? You women have your family around all the time. You could have literally done this at any other day, but no, my personal party was the most appropriate place and time you could find for your big announcement. I am genuinely happy for the new addition to her family, but what she did was so over the line and intentional. The worst part is my mother-in-law fully supported her daughter's actions. Hell, she even knew about this and chose not to stop it and tried to calm me down instead, which was more of a gaslighting move. My fiance found it completely insensible too for his sister to do this and told her off, after which she started crying and made it all about us, like how insensitive, cruel monsters we both are. This feels, there's definitely a lot of overlap with Am I the Asshole Reddit here, but it's people that know for a fact they're not the asshole. It's like, yeah, you were completely justified. There is absolutely no reason for your sister-in-law to have done that. And as you say, that had to have been completely intentional because no normal person would do that. Any nice human being would know that that's really a strange thing to do. And you just wouldn't do that because why would you steal someone else's thunder like that? If you can't stomach a day being about someone else when you're there, just don't go. Am I overreacting? My husband makes comments that make me feel like a failure. Some people truly marry their worst enemies. Like, not to victim blame here, but some people truly marry their biggest haters. So recently I gave birth to a wonderful baby boy. He wasn't expected and wasn't supposed to happen. Like, as in the conception wasn't expected, or she didn't expect to actually like give birth and have a child, because that would be wild. I've seen those TV shows that are like unexpected pregnancies. That's crazy shit. Like, imagine just going to the toilet thinking like you got gastro and then all of a sudden there's a baby in the toilet. Honestly, that would be my 13th reason for real. Since he has been born, he has been exclusively breastfed. Sometimes he does have expressed in a bottle. Because of this, he is on demand feeding. I've asked my husband multiple times to help me, which he does, but my husband keeps me awake till 2 a.m. Then the baby wakes up at 4 a.m. for a feed and takes a while to settle back down. By the time he has settled, he is waking up again. For the past few days, because I've had little to no sleep, I'm exhausted. I still get up to feed the baby, but then I'm left doing everything and still expected to get up and do things around the house. My husband decided to make comments saying I should express for every feed. We should have bought formula. He does everything while I do nothing. All of the comments make me feel like I'm not good enough, and whenever I try to talk to him, he always goes on about how he has to do this and that while I sit with the baby all day. How he tries to make things easier for me, and then I'm twisting what he's saying. I don't feel like I'm twisting what he's saying to me after I told him I don't want to change to formula multiple times, and that I'd also like to be able to feed the baby and be able to bond with him rather than just let everyone else do it. Now, after today's episode of buying formula comments, I told him no. He carried on trying to say it would be easier. I ended up shouting as loud as I can, no, and telling him to F off, making me feel like a failure all the damn time. Did I overreact, or was I right to shout at him getting loads of sleep and me getting 4 hours in 48 hours? I honestly don't know what to do or think. I can't even talk to my family because they love my husband and think he can't do any wrong at all. Any opinions, help and advice is welcome, but I need to know if I'm overreacting to his helpful comments. Your husband seems like a manipulative piece of shit. He's trying to convince you that you're not a good enough mum. He's trying to put you down. He's trying to minimize what you do on the daily, which being a mum is ridiculously hard. I don't have children, but I also don't have children because I know it's ridiculously hard. Him saying that he does everything and you just sit around with the baby all day pissed me off, because sitting around with the baby all day is not just sitting around. That shit is exhausting. Have you seen new mums? They are like walking zombies. They get no sleep. They spend their whole day getting pooped and puked on and peed on and screamed at. And they're just like at their wit's end. And bro is out here going, well, you should be using formula and I do everything. And you just sit around all day. While she's saying that he gets a full night's sleep and she only gets 2 hours sleep a night, it's like, well, obviously he's not doing everything. Actually sounds like he's doing the bare fucking minimum and should be picking up his weight a little bit, because it takes 2 to create a baby, not just 1. Definitely not overreacting in my opinion. I will be pissed off too. And finally, am I overreacting? Girlfriend of 6 years accepting drinks from man at the bar. I mean, she's not using your money. She's using random man's money. As long as she's not giving him anything else, I don't see the problem here. My girlfriend and I have been together for 6 years. She is quite loyal, loving, and an amazing woman. I trust her 100%. However, last night she was out with friends at a bar and she was wearing an outfit in which her boobs were very out there and in the open. I have no problem with what she wears, as she is 28 and beautiful and is allowed to wear what she pleases. She's a Latino woman with amazing features. You can imagine what I mean. And when she drinks, she can get a little friendly. She does not go out much at all, maybe one time every 3 to 5 months. I know how she gets when she's drunk, and I get worried at men getting the wrong idea. Like I said, I trust her very much, and I know for a fact she would never cheat on me, and she tells me everything. When she got home yesterday, she was telling me how a man came up to her at the bar when she was grinding on her girlfriend and asked if she wanted drinks. She tells me that she asked her group of friends if they wanted some, and they said yes. She said they followed him to the table and he poured up shots for them. Am I overreacting, thinking it is wrong for her to accept the drinks? As she is a woman in a long-term relationship, men typically have bad intentions. She said she told him she has a boyfriend and that he respected that. However, I was upset that she accepted them in the first place, as in the type of setting hearing you have a boyfriend typically has no weight to it, especially considering how she was dressed provocative and dancing in the same manner. I am mad at nothing she did other than accepting the drinks. I mean, it doesn't sound like that. You're literally saying like she was dressed provocatively and dancing provocatively. Like, it sounds like you're kind of just mad at her in general. Am I overreacting or am I being ridiculous? Really need opinions here. Right, so you're telling me the whole group went over and got shots. She told him she had a boyfriend, which he respected. She didn't do anything other than just accept the drinks that were given to her whole group. Yet you're slandering her dressing provocatively, dancing provocatively, and getting a free drink. I can almost guarantee you this guy would take a free drink from anyone if the roles were reversed, especially if like a girl was at the table next to them and was like, oh, you guys all want a free drink. I can almost guarantee him and his mates would have done exactly the same thing. And I think he's being absolutely ridiculous. For the first time, I think, yes, you are overreacting, because it was literally her and her whole group of friends. If she was alone at a bar and a guy came up to her and said, can I buy you a drink? And she said yes, that would be different. But the whole group, and she told him she has a boyfriend. What are you mad about, bro? Kind of comes with the territory of having a hot girlfriend is people are going to probably try and hit on her. You want her to just never go out, never dress provocatively, never dance provocatively. Buying women drinks does not equate to hooking up with women. I think it says more about his mindset around women and buying women drinks than it does about his girlfriend, because he's thinking that if this man's bought her drinks, he's going to assume he's hooking up with her. Buying someone a drink does not entitle you to anything. That says more about him than the guy buying the drinks, in my opinion. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you do like this kind of Reddit content, then be sure to leave a comment and let me know. Leave a like. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Otherwise, I will get angry like I did at the start of this video. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next few days with another video, and bye.